The woman in seat 14C had killed 17 people. None of them saw her coming. But right now, Mara Chen was staring at the wrong suitcase. Inside, a taxidermied squirrel wearing a tiny top hat. A motivational book called Manifest Your Best Life Through Aggressive Positivity. And someone else's wedding dress. Her suitcase, the one with a disassembled rifle, 3 passports, and 50,000 in cash, was gone. Someone had her weapons. She had their squirrel. Mara picked up the book. Chapter 3, Embrace Life's Little Surprises with Gratitude. She threw it across the room. If you're already hooked, smash that like button, this story gets wild. Trust me. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. Is this the woman who has my emotional support squirrel? Male. Young. Panicked. Yes. And you have my camping equipment. Camping equipment? Lady, this suitcase has a sniper rifle. I should call the police. Don't. That's exactly what someone who wants me to call the police would say. Mara had negotiated with warlords easier than this. Where are you? The Biltmore Hotel. Room 847. But I'm not opening my door. I've seen this movie. I die in this movie. The Biltmore. Where her target was staying. Adrian Castellanos. Tech billionaire. Her latest contract. This wasn't coincidence. This was a nightmare. Room 847. 2 floors below Adrian's penthouse. The door opened before she knocked. A man stood there, mid-30s, rumpled hair, crooked glasses, holding the squirrel like a shield. Please don't kill me. I have a cat. Her name is Biscuit. Mara pushed past him. Her suitcase sat on the bed, contents intact. He hadn't stolen anything. Hadn't called anyone. He'd even re-zipped it perfectly aligned. Amateur. But a careful one. Who are you? Nobody. Just a guy. With a squirrel. Lie. Nobody staying at the Biltmore was nobody. What's your name? He swallowed. Does it matter? It does if you're reporting me. I won't. I just want my stuff and to manifest positive energy. She grabbed his suitcase, shoved it at him. We never met. Agreed. Total strangers. She was at the door when he spoke again. Wait, are you here for the gala? She froze. What gala? The Castellanos Foundation Charity Gala. Tomorrow night. Adrian's he caught himself. I'm a guest. Her blood went cold. You know Adrian Castellanos. His face went pale. Oh no. The gun, you're here to kill Adrian. I'm a consultant. That's what assassins call themselves. She crossed the room in 3 steps, hand over his mouth. Lower your voice. His eyes were terrified but calculating. Running scenarios. She removed her hands slowly. You can't kill Adrian, he whispered. Why not? Because he's my brother. Okay, that just changed everything. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that button now, you don't want to miss where this goes. Well. That complicated things. Your brother is Adrian Castellanos. The billionaire. Half-brother. I'm Oliver Chen. The secret one. Dad's mistake with his assistant. I took Mom's name, wanted nothing to do with the fortune. But Adrian kept sending money, so now I run a non-profit rescuing exotic animals. Hence, Mr. Whiskers. He held up the squirrel. Why is it wearing a top hat? He was a gentleman in life. Felt disrespectful not to honor that in death. In 15 years of professional killing, this was officially the weirdest conversation Mara had ever had. She should eliminate Oliver now. Complete the contract. Disappear. But something stopped her. Maybe it was how he clutched that ridiculous squirrel. Maybe it was the fear mixed with defiance in his eyes. Like he'd decided if he was dying, he'd die defending his brother. Why do you care? You said you didn't want the family. I said I didn't want the money. Adrian's the only family I have. Whoever hired you, they're wrong. He's not a villain. He funds medical research, builds schools, backs environmental projects. He doesn't publicize it. He just wants to fix things. Mara had heard this before. Targets always had defenders. But looking at Oliver, this awkward man holding a dead squirrel like treasure, she felt something she hadn't felt in years. Doubt. I need to think, she said, and left. Mara didn't sleep. She sat disassembling her rifle, running scenarios. Option 1, kill Adrian. Kill Oliver. Get paid. Move on. Option 2, abort. Burn her reputation. Spend life looking over her shoulder. Option 3, unknown. But forming. At 6 a.m., her phone buzzed. Oliver. Please don't kill my brother. She should have blocked him. Why are you texting at 6 a.m.? Because I figured out who hired you. And if I'm right, you're in danger too. That got her attention. Explain. Not over text. Coffee shop. 2 blocks from hotel. I'll be the guy with crippling anxiety and a taxidermied rodent. Don't bring the squirrel. Mr. Whiskers goes where I go. That's not negotiable. Neither is Mr. Whiskers. Against every instinct, Mara went. Oliver clutched his coffee like life support. Mr. Whiskers sat between them, top hat askew. Adrian's business partner hired you. Marcus Reeves. Contracts are anonymous. Listen. Marcus wants the company public. Full Wall Street. Adrian refuses, wants to prioritize impact over profit. They've been fighting for months. Marcus owns 49%. If Adrian dies with no heirs, Marcus gets control through remaining shareholders. He's been quietly buying their stakes. Adrian dies, Marcus gets everything. Goes public. Makes billions. Plausible. Mara had seen contracts for less. Why tell me this? Because if you kill Adrian, you're doing what Marcus wants. And if he hired you once, what stops him hiring another assassin to eliminate you after? Smart. Oliver was smarter than he looked. And if you're wrong? Then I failed him. Oliver's voice cracked. But at least I tried. The squirrel stared at Mara with glass eyes, judging her life choices. The barista walked by, saw Mr. Whiskers, didn't even blink. Los Angeles was strange. What do you want me to do? Help me prove Marcus is behind this. We expose him, Adrian lives, you get paid, I'll match your contract. Nobody dies. You can't match 7 figures. Adrian can. And he will. Insane. Partnering with the target's brother to investigate the client. But Mara had spent 15 years following rules. Where had it gotten her? Sitting across from a man with a dead squirrel, contemplating if murder was really the only option. One condition. The squirrel stays in your room. Oliver's face lit up. Deal. If you're loving this chaos, drop a comment below, Team Squirrel or Team Mara. Let's see what side you're on. 36 hours until the gala. Mara taught Oliver surveillance basics. He was terrible. Stop staring at him. Mara hissed as they tailed Marcus through Beverly Hills. I'm casually observing. You're staring. How do you casually observe? Do I squint? Pretend to check my phone? Act natural. I don't know what natural looks like anymore. A woman walked past. Oliver waved at her. Stop waving at random people. I panicked. It's what normal people do. Normal people don't wave while arguing about surveillance. Despite Oliver's incompetence, they gathered intel. Marcus met 3 lawyers in 2 days. All specialized in corporate takeovers. He received a call, the problem will be resolved by Friday. Friday. Day after the gala. Back at Mara's hotel, that's not proof. It's a pattern. We need more. Mara hacked Marcus's assistant's email. He's meeting his lawyer tomorrow. 11 a.m. Downtown. We bug the office. We? Oliver grinned. I'm helping. You're a liability. I'm committed. Those aren't mutually exclusive. Mara smiled despite herself. Bugging the lawyer's office required Oliver to pose as delivery. It did not go well. I'm here to deliver. Oliver announced, holding Mara's prepared box. We weren't expecting anything, the receptionist said. Surprise. From Squirrel Express. We deliver legal documents. And squirrels. Mostly documents. Mara closed her eyes. Dear God. Squirrel Express. New company. Very niche. Cornering the rodent-adjacent legal courier space. He shoved the box at her, sprinted toward the bathroom next to the conference room. The receptionist opened it. Stuffed squirrel. Note, have a nutty day. This job is so weird, she muttered. Oliver returned, sweating. Package well received? The receptionist stared. Great. Squirrel Express thanks you. Will not come back ever. They fled. Back at the hotel, they played the recording. Marcus's voice, I need paperwork ready Friday morning. The moment the death certificate's filed, I want full control transferred. Lawyer, no complications? No family contesting? Adrian has no family. No wife, no kids. His half-brothers and nobody running a rodent charity. Nobody's fighting for Castellanos Tech. Oliver went pale. He knows about me. He doesn't consider you a threat. Should I be offended? Be grateful. Means he won't target you. Mara paused it. But this is our proof. Police? With illegally obtained evidence? No. We catch him in the act. Oliver reconsidered his life choices. Why do I feel like I'm in more danger now? Because you are. That's surprisingly honest. The plan, Mara attends the gala as a server. But instead of poisoning Adrian, she protects him. Oliver records Marcus meeting the assassin, a hired actor from Craigslist wearing a wire. Are you sure this'll work? Oliver asked for the 15th time. No. But it's our best option. Not comforting. Not supposed to be. For someone who killed people professionally, you're terrible at motivational speeches. Would you prefer I lie? Yes. Please. Tell me everything's fine and Mr. Whiskers won't become an orphan. Mr. Whiskers is literally already dead. Don't speak ill of the departed. Alright, we're hitting the climax. If you're not subscribed by now, what are you even doing? Hit that button. The Biltmore Ballroom, crystal chandeliers, ice sculptures, live orchestra. Adrian Castellanos worked the room, shaking hands, smiling that practiced billionaire smile. He was younger than Mara expected. 38 but tired. Like carrying invisible weight. Oliver's voice crackled in her earpiece. Marcus just arrived. Actors in position. Copy. Marcus schmoozed with investors. Perfect business partner. No idea what was coming. Marcus is talking, oh God, he's literally saying, make sure it looks like natural causes. Cartoon villain much? Stay focused. Right. Focused. Not panicking. Normal Tuesday recording a murder confession. This is fine. Oliver. What? Breathe. I am breathing. Very aggressively. Then everything went wrong. Adrian walked straight to Mara's station. Champagne? He asked, smiling. Up close, exhausted but kind eyes. Of course, sir. Marcus approached from the left. Phone in hand. Face dark with fury. He knew. Adrian. We need to talk. Now. Marcus, I'm in the middle of. Now. Oliver's voice, Mara, the actor confessed he's fake. Marcus knows it's a setup. Get out. Too late. Marcus grabbed Adrian's arm. We're leaving. What's going on? You're acting insane. Your brother's been spying. Recording me. And this, he pointed at Mara, is the assassin I hired. Except she's working with your brother now. The ballroom went silent. Everyone staring. Adrian looked at Mara. At Marcus. Back to Mara. Assassin? Quiet voice. Mara said nothing. Adrian's face cycled emotions, confusion, disbelief, hurt, anger, settling on worse, disappointment. Marcus hired you to kill me. Yes. And my brother convinced you not to. Yes. Is Oliver here? Oliver burst through the doors, gasping, holding up his phone. I got it. The whole confession. Marcus admitting everything. Security moved toward Marcus. Oliver bent over, hands on knees. Also, I ran 3 blocks, actor's car broke down. I think I'm dying. You're not dying, Mara said. My lungs disagree. Marcus saw it happening, exposure, arrest, the end. He lunged. Not at Adrian. At Mara. His hand went to his jacket. Small pistol. If I'm going down, you're coming with me. Mara moved on instinct. Disarm. Redirect. Neutralize. The gun went off. People screamed. Marcus hit the ground, arm twisted, security pinning him. Adrian stared at Mara. You saved my life. I was contracted to end it. Saving it was just a change of plans. Why? She looked at Oliver being checked by paramedics despite 0 injuries. At Adrian's tired, hopeful eyes. At the ballroom alive because she chose differently. A paramedic asked Oliver about medical conditions. Just anxiety. And a deep emotional connection to a deceased squirrel. I'm sorry, what? Don't worry about it, Mara called. He's fine. Because, Mara said to Adrian, someone convinced me there might be a better way. 3 months later. Portland coffee shop. Mara reviewed a contract. Not a killing contract. A consulting contract. Adrian offered her head of personal security. Legal. Legitimate. Well paid. She'd said no. Then yes. Then no. Then finally, tentatively, yes. Protecting people was harder than killing them. Required trust. Communication. Caring if they lived or died. Terrifying. Her phone buzzed. Oliver. Dinner tonight? Adrian's cooking. Well, his chef's cooking. But Adrian will be there emotionally. She smiled. I'll be there. Should I bring Mr. Whiskers? Absolutely not. You're no fun. I'm an assassin. Reformed assassin. Is there a difference? Yes. One goes to dinner parties. The other ruins them. Fair point. She hung up, smiling. Rain fell outside. Normal people. Normal problems. For the first time in 15 years, Mara felt like maybe, just maybe, she could be normal too. Not because she'd stopped being dangerous. But because she'd started caring about more than the contract. She reached for her coffee. Noticed the napkin underneath. Writing on it. Fresh. Recent. Her blood went cold. The handwriting was unmistakable. Same handwriting from 15 years of contracts. Same handwriting that gave her the Adrian Castellanos assignment. The message: congratulations on completing the contract. Payment transferred. AC. Adrian Castellanos. Everything clicked. The airport mix-up. Oliver conveniently having her weapons. The Biltmore. Marcus's confession. The gala. Too perfect. She called Oliver, hands shaking. Hey. Change your mind about Mr. Whiskers? Oliver. Who gave you the wedding dress suitcase? Nobody. It was mine. For the charity auction at the gala. Adrian donated vintage items. Wait, why? What charity auction? The whole point of the gala. Adrian raised $3 million. Mara, what's going on? She hung up. Called Adrian. He answered immediately. Mara. I was wondering when you'd figure it out. Voice different. Not tired. Not kind. Sharp. Calculating. You hired me to kill yourself. Not quite. I hired you to expose Marcus. He'd been embezzling for 2 years. I knew but couldn't prove it without showing my hand. I needed someone outside. Someone skilled. Someone who'd follow the trail I laid. The suitcase swap was arranged. Paid an airport employee to switch tags. Knew you'd track Oliver. Knew he'd panic and call. Knew he'd beg you to investigate once he thought I was in danger. Oliver's predictable. In a good way. You used your own brother. I protected my brother. Marcus would have killed him eventually. This way, Marcus is in prison, Oliver's safe, and you got something better than money. The contract was never about killing you. The contract was about eliminating the threat to my company and family. You completed it perfectly. Marcus is in federal prison. Company's secure. Oliver's alive. Worth 7 figures, wouldn't you say? And if I'd actually killed you? Adrian laughed coldly. Then you'd have been terrible at your job. I researched you, Mara. 17 contracts. Every single target verified guilty of something. Trafficking. Murder. Corruption. You've never killed an innocent person. That's why I chose you. I knew when you investigated, you'd find Marcus. Not me. You manipulated everything. I gave you a choice. You could have walked away. Could have killed me anyway. But you didn't. You chose to investigate. To protect. That was all you. I just provided the opportunity. And the security job? Real. If you want it. But I understand if you'd rather disappear. Payments in your account either way. Consider it thanks for saving my life. Even if I was never really in danger. The line went dead. She'd been played. Expertly. Completely. Adrian hadn't needed protection. He'd needed a weapon pointed in the right direction. And she'd been that weapon. Worst part? She couldn't even be angry. He was right. She'd made her own choices. He'd just stacked the deck. Oliver called again. Mara? You okay? Adrian said you figured out he orchestrated everything. I know it's messed up, but... You knew? Silence. Not at first. He told me 2 weeks ago. Said he needed me genuine so Marcus would believe it. I wanted to tell you. But Adrian asked you not to. He said you deserved to make your own choices. Said if you stayed, it had to be because you wanted to. Not guilt or manipulation. And the squirrel? What? No. Mr. Whiskers is real. I really rescue exotic animals. That was true. Despite everything, Mara almost laughed. Dinner's still on. If you want. But I'm making Adrian actually cook. It'll be a disaster. You should watch. He can cook. He once burned cereal. How do you burn cereal? I don't know, but he found a way. It's a gift. She should be furious. Should walk away. But here's the thing about being a chess piece, sometimes you choose which side of the board you're on. I'll be there. But Oliver? Yeah? No more secrets. Any more surprises and I'm out. Deal. Scout's honor. He already knows. He planned for this conversation 3 months ago. She hung up. Left the napkin. Outside, rain stopped. Sun breaking through. Mara Chen, former assassin, current pawn, future unknown, walked toward whatever came next. Because here's what Adrian hadn't planned for: once you teach a weapon to think for itself, you can't control where it points. And Mara was just starting to figure out her own trajectory. 6 months later. Adrian opened his laptop. Email from anonymous sender. Subject, checkmate. Inside, a photograph. Adrian's father's signature on a 1985 document. A document proving Adrian's entire inheritance was built on forged patents stolen from a small tech startup. A startup run by David Chen, Oliver's father. No message needed. Adrian picked up his phone. One ring. I assume you have questions, Mara said. You investigated me. You manipulated me. I call it professional development. What do you want? Nothing. Yet. Consider this a reminder, you're not the only one who can play chess. Mara. See you at dinner, boss. Line went dead. Adrian sat back and did something he hadn't done in years. He smiled. A real smile. He'd created a monster. And he couldn't wait to see what she did next. If this story blew your mind, you need to subscribe. We've got more insane plots coming your way. Drop a like if you're Team Mara, and comment below, what should Mara do with that information?